How does top 10 of WTA rankings look after Ningbo Open 2025? Jasmine Paolini booked her spot at the WTA Finals 2025 after reaching Ningbo Open semifinals. Elena Rybakina's title run at the Ningbo Open 2025 lifted her to world number 7 in the WTA rankings, leaving her just 15 points behind Mira Andreeva in the race for a third straight WTA Finals appearance. Her second WTA 500 title of the year featured commanding victories over Jasmine Paolini in the semifinals and Ekaterina Alexandrova in the final. Paolini's semifinal finish was enough to confirm her place among the season's top 8, leaving only one qualifying spot open between Rybakina and Andreeva. Rybakina's surge pushed Madison Keys down to number 8, while Alexandrova further solidified her position inside the top 10. Meanwhile, Diana Schneider gained 135 points for reaching the semifinals, and defending champion Daria Kasatkina slipped to number 35 after missing the event due to injury. Updated WTA rankings after the Ningbo Open 2025. Aryna Sabalenka, 10400. Iga Swiatek, 8768. Coco Gauff, 7873. Amanda Anisimova, 5924. Jessica Pegula, 5183. Jasmine Paolini, 4525. Elena Rybakina, 4505. Madison Keys, 4449. Mira Andreeva, 4319. Ekaterina Alexandrova, 3375. Updated WTA Live race after Ningbo Open 2025. Aryna Sabalenka, 10,000 Q. Iga Swiatek, 8368 Q. Coco Gauff, 6574 Q. Amanda Anisimova, 5907 Q. Jessica Pegula, 5183 Q. Madison Keys, 4449 Q. Jasmine Paolini, 4325 Q. Mira Andreeva, 4320. Elena Rybakina, 4305. Ekaterina Alexandrova, 3375 E. Before you dive into the individuals, a quick framing. The Ningbo Open, a WTA 500 event held October 13th to 19th in Ningbo, China, provided a key late-season stop on the calendar, not just for trophies, but for ranking points and positioning ahead of the year-end WTA Finals. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +3 Women's Tennis Association +3 Evrim Agassi +3. The top of the rankings remains fairly stable, with the very top players locked in. But just beneath them the competition is fierce. Small point differences, big stakes, and the potential for movement. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis. Here are the standings for the top 10 after Ningbo, with points and movement where available, followed by a short creative character sketch of each player. This season so far, what Ningbo meant, and what might come next. Rank player points * movement and notes 1 Aryna Sabalenka, BLR. 10, 400 maintains number 1, very steady. The playoffs +12 Iga Swiatek, P-Well. 8, 768 holding at number 2. The playoffs +13 Coco Gauff, USA. 7, 873 no major change at the top 3. The playoffs +14 Amanda Anisimova, USA. 5, 924 solidly at number 4. The playoffs 5 Jessica Pegula, USA. 5, 183 at number 5, fewer fireworks but consistent. The playoffs 6 Jasmine Paolini, IDA. 4, 525 up 2 places. One of the big movers. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +17 Madison Keys, USA. 4 for 49 holding near Paolini's heels. The playoffs +18 Elena Rybakina, KAZ. 4, 330 rising after Ningbo title. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +19 Mira Andreeva, Russ. 4, 319 slight slip, but still in the mix. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +110 Ekaterina Alexandrova, Russ. 3, 375 holding at number 10, somewhat protected but vulnerable. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +1. Asterisk points are approximate and derived from mid-October 2025 live rankings. WTA Tennis Insights, News and analysis +1. Now let's walk through each of these players, what they've been up to this season, how Ningbo factored, and what the ranking picture says about their trajectory. 1. Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka sits atop the tree. The world number 1 has been a model of consistency and power. She's taken big titles, defended where needed, and rarely had a dip week this season. That stability is paying off. After Ningbo, there's little drama at the very top. Her advantage remains solid, and she doesn't appear in immediate danger of being overtaken. This gives her both prestige and leverage. The target on her back is huge, but being number 1 means fewer distractions ahead of the finals. What's interesting, with the late-season swing in Asia, many players were chasing points to jump Sabalenka. The fact that none of them could leap into her range speaks to how well she built her buffer earlier in the year. Looking ahead, her challenge is maintaining focus, managing workload, and being that hunted player. If she can manage those well, she could close out the season very strongly. 2. Iga Swiatek. Swiatek remains the key challenger in waiting. Her baseline mastery, consistency in big events, and mental composure keep her firmly in the mix. After Ningbo, no big leap into number 1 yet, but she remains the closest credible threat. The rankings show she's locked in at number 2 with enough points cushion from those below, but still far enough from Sabalenka that it feels like she needs something extra, maybe a big late-season title or a slip by Sabalenka, to overtake. What's compelling? Swiatek is often pulling moves beyond what her raw power suggests. She blends craft and control. If she can spike her performance in one of the remaining big tournaments, she could challenge for number 1 next year. What to watch? Will she finish the season strong? Can she stay healthy? The narrative of when Iga gets hot, she is unstoppable, is still alive. 3. Coco Gauff. At just 21, Gauff has already planted herself firmly in the top tier. With 7,873 points after Ningbo, she holds the number 3 spot easily and seems to enjoy the next-generation role. A rising star who has broken into elite status, yet still seems to have growth ahead. The playoffs +1. The context. She has shown she can win big tournaments, handle pressure, and move through the rounds deep into hardcourt events. Her momentum is strong. After Ningbo, while she may not have made the biggest jump this week, the fact she remains at number 3 is a statement. She's arguably the best of the rest behind Sabalenka and Swiatek. Going forward, if she continues to build, she will challenge for the very top. The narrative now is, when will Coco overtake the 2 ahead of her? Something to keep an eye on. 4. Amanda Anisimova. Anisimova has had a strong season and has secured the number 4 position with 5,924 points. The playoffs. She may not have the same raw firepower as some of the others in the top 3, but what she has is consistency, a steady climb, and fewer volatility waves. After Ningbo, she appears to be in safe position for now, but with less margin than the top 3. That means she must keep performing to maintain her spot. Looking ahead, her challenge is breaking into the top 3 territory. That may require bold, standout results, big titles, not just consistency. 5. Jessica Pegula. Pegula takes the number 5 slot, 183 points, and is emblematic of the steady elite player. Solid results, reliable form, less drama. The playoffs. What she may lack in flash compared to younger challengers, she compensates in maturity and tactical savvy. After Ningbo, her position is good. Maintaining a foothold in the top 5 is valuable. But in terms of upper mobility, she's perhaps less likely to climb quickly unless she breaks a big new barrier. What to watch? Whether she can convert her consistency into bigger trophies and threaten the top 4 zone. 6. Jasmine Paolini.